So there's been some disturbing breaking news which has just come out. Well, it's just come to my attention, and I feel that this needs to be reported on. An individual, man by the name of, um, his surname is Walker. So Joshua Walker, former reservist in the Canadian military. He's from Pickering, which is very close to where I live. I'm in Oshawa, he's in Pickering. And he was attacked by security guards. This man here, Joshua Walker, and this is his girlfriend or wife, whichever one. They were at a mall in Newmarket, Upper Canada Mall. I know that mall very well. And he was tackled by 6 security guards. And the reason they were harassing him was because he took off his mask while eating. Took off his mask while eating in the food court. And 6 police officers, or not police officers, not even police officers, they weren't police, security guards, which is even worse, tackled him. Now, here's the really bad part. The guy was, they told him, you know what, they came up to him. And I'll show you the video that he posts, which we'll see very shortly. He was told, you can't be pulling your mask down like that while eating. And he says, I guess eventually they tell him to leave. And he's leaving, but before he leaves, he does something I would do 100%. He records the situation. Because in this New World Order China virus, New World Order era that we're living in, you have to have recordings out because there's so much injustice happening. And he had his recorder out, and he insulted them, and rightfully so. Point in the charter where it says you can't insult some security guard. Point there in the charter where it says that. He's walking out too, slowly. No one's telling him he has to run. His girlfriend is pregnant, apparently. You'll hear that in the video. So yeah, he's pretty pissed off. He's trying to eat a meal in peace, and some damn security guard comes up and that mask. This is why things deteriorate. And he's mad. He leaves, but he insults them, rightfully so. He's upset. And it must have gotten under their skin, and 6 of them say, well, you're under arrest, we're going to pin you down. Let's read the article here. We'll read 2 articles, one from the Rebel, one from York Region. So, man says racial profiling preceded altercation with guards at Newmarket's Upper Canada Mall. You know what? I can believe that, I can absolutely believe that. I'm sure they probably, they see this guy, they want to harass him because of this mask thing. I mean, apparently he claims that there was a white individual in a wheelchair who also was doing something without the mask, and they harassed him, and he gave them attitude, and they didn't do anything to him, and they let him exit the mall, through the mall. There was a closer exit. They let him go around the mall to go exit the mall. They told him he had to go to the nearest exit. So, and you know what? I believe him. I believe these masked people, I'll never give them the benefit of the doubt. These maskers, these Karen maskers, I'll never give them. So anyway, graphic warning. Video contained in this story contains graphic language and violence. Discretion advised. A Pickering man tackled by security guards at Upper Canada Mall is facing charges in an incident where he says he was racially profiled. 100% I feel I was racially profiled. Joshua Walker, who is black, said afternoon on December 11th. You see what the media is doing? They want to talk about the racial part, but they're trying not to talk about why he was beaten. They're going to try and make this black guy out to be maybe some criminal. Maybe he shoplifted and the security guards are too tough on him and, all this stuff. They're not going to say this man was going with his beautiful girlfriend, pregnant girlfriend, to a food court to eat whatever they were going to eat, McDonald's, Burger King, Kentucky, Tim Hortons, shawarma, Chinese, whatever they were gonna go eat. They were eating at the food court, having a good Tuesday afternoon, whatever, you know. Wife, girlfriend is pregnant. She's been miserable all day, you know. She's been miserable. She's craving, and he says, "You know what, baby? Let's go get out of the house for a bit. Let's spoil ourselves. Let's go to the mall and go eat something and just walk around. You eat something, and these security people come along and start ruining everything." But mall spokesperson Adrian Simic said Walker had been belligerent. We'll look at the video. Leading up to the altercation with security guards, and YRP Constable Laura Nickel said a review of all video taken indicates the charges are warranted. Walker has been charged under the Criminal Code with assault with intent to resist arrest and under the Trespass to Property Act to engage in prohibited activity on premises. Well, you know, I mean, I can empathize with this guy. I mean, let's see. Let's. I don't want to say too much. This is a bit personal for me. I'm gonna try and see if I can reach out to him, do an interview. But let's look at the clip. Let's see if he assaulted anybody. I mean, and if he did, that's not right. I said, you know, don't insult these guards. I mean, they're caught between a rock and a hard place. We need to pull Rosa Parks. If you know, let them drag you out. Don't put your hands on them. Let them drag you out and put that on the news, and you know, people will be outraged. But let's look at the video now. Let's look and see.
Yo, you got the three fucking stooges here. Curly, there's Curly, that's fucking Curly, Larry, and fucking Mo over there.
Yeah, okay, so he's just been thrown out of the mall, out of the food court, because he pulled down his mask to eat. Now, under normal circumstances, let's say, for example, you know, this guy was being too loud, or he was shoplifting, or he was being abusive to some of his workers or something, and the security people say, you know what, get the hell out of this place, you damn, get out of here. And then he's acting like that. Then I'd be like, you know, tackle him up, do whatever you gotta do. Yeah, but in this case, with such an unjust law, he's taking his mask down to eat, and they're harassing him up. And they're harassing him and his girlfriend up. Yeah, he's pretty pissed. So what instead of being physically abusive with them, which he doesn't want to do, he's being verbally, but he's expressing his anger. 100%. I think his coping skills are actually very good. He's expressing his anger at the unjustness of this whole mask situation that we're in. And by the way, his mask is on right now. He had it down so he could eat and drink his food, but his mask is on right now, so his mask is on. He's walking out of the store. Yeah, he's taking jabs at them. Yeah, you're a security guard. That comes with the job. That comes with the job. Stop this whole nonsense. We can't insult security. That comes with the job, okay? Deal with it. Stop being whatever. So he has them. I mean, if it was me, I wouldn't have the mask on in the first place. I always say I would never I wouldn't have it on. I wouldn't. And I probably wouldn't, and I wouldn't even be walking out of the mall either. I wouldn't attack or, you know, but I would sit there. I would just sit there. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. He's leaving and he has a mask on. Let's continue with the video.
Don't put your hands on me, bro. Don't put your hands on me.
So yeah, he's walking and they're trying to push him out. And he's like, don't put your hands on me.
Don't put your hands on me. Let's go. Don't put your hands on me, bro.
Now look what they're doing. You see? Because they got offended. They got offended. They're thin-skinned. You see, this is how Karens are. And these security guards, they're all a bunch of Karens or Gregs, whatever. They want to be powerful. Oh, look at this person. We see him without a mask on. Let's go get him. And they say, you have to have that on. Get out of here. Get out. Get out of this food court. Get out. Get out. My wife doesn't like me. I've never had sex in 2 years. I have nothing better to do with my life. I hate my job. I hate my life. I hate my kids. I hate my house. So I'm going to pick on people because they're not wearing masks. And this guy was like, bunch of dumb losers, and they got offended by it because that's what they are. Now look what they're doing to him. They're bullies. Bullies. Look at these bullies.
Hey!
Bullies. Bullies. Bunch of bullies. Bunch of bullies. Bunch of fucking bullies.
Yes, we are. Exit's right straight.
And he was walking away, you fucking bullies.
Are you kidding me? Our exit's right there. Our exit's right there.
Look at him. Look at him. Bullies.
You cannot do that. Hello, our exit is right
Go
there.
do that with Justin Ataki and Matt Daddy Trudeau. Go do that to him.
Okay, but...
Go do that to Justin Ataki and Matt Daddy Trudeau for giving $10 million to a terrorist and forcing natives to have drinking water. Go do that to him. Go do that to him. You damn coward. You wouldn't have the nerve. You gotta go pick on innocent members of the public.
You didn't have to
Bunch of cowards, you.
No, he did not! I have it all on recording, you dumb shit! No, he was not!
I didn't hear a threat.
Our exit's right there!
Bunch of fucking cowards!
You're here!
Get back.
Holy shit, I'm pregnant! This is crazy!
Oh, what are you saying? Get back to the lady now? You want to go beat her up now? You want to go beat up that pregnant woman? Go beat her up! I dare you to go beat her up! I dare you to go beat her! Go beat a pregnant woman! Kill that baby because she's not wearing a mask. Go kill that baby! Go kill her! Go beat her! Go beat the shit out of her because she's you're so thin-skinned. Go beat the kid! Beat her up and kill the kid! Let her have a miscarriage on the mall floor! Let her bleed all over the floor, have the baby's head and the umbilical cord and the legs and the hands spill all over the floor because these people don't do what you say! Ah! Ah! So Walker's a corporal in the Queen's Own Rifles Reserve Regiment, and his girlfriend Samantha Jones were eating at the food court at the mall. They said they were approached by a security guard who said removing their mask and eating in the food court was not permitted. Oh my gosh. Let's see what the rebel has to say. It's the same thing. In this clip from yesterday's live stream, Ezra Levant reviewed the story of Joshua Walker, a Canadian Army Reserves member, who was trespassed and piled on by several security guards at the Upper Canada Mall in Newmarket, north of Toronto. According to the local coverage, a security guard initially approached two eating against COVID-19 China virus restrictions at the food court. While one group compiled, she said Walker's group was belligerent. The security guards called for backup from other security, and police were called. We have a security guard stationed at the food court area to ensure that guests wear masks and do not consume food within the center, which is prohibited, the mall person said. After showing the video, here's a bit of what Ezra has to say. This is Ezra Levant from Rebel News. So what exactly did they do wrong? Well, I'll tell you what they did wrong. They were on private property when they were asked to leave. I think that's the one thing we can agree on. Whether or not they did something in the food court, that's actually not relevant. Let's say they broke the food court rules. He doesn't look like an anti-masker. Neither does the girlfriend. They were both wearing masks when they were being frog marched. I somewhat disagree with what Ezra, and I respect the Rebel for what they've been doing for the movement. But in this case, I think I'm not going to make any excuses for the mall. Because the fact of the matter is that we have a really bad situation with this China virus New World Order. I mean, look, Adamson Barbecue is owned by the Toronto Police now. So is Express Fitness in Scarborough. So and Adam Skelly's not allowed within 200 meters of his own business. That's not his property. So would Ezra say that if he got arrested again, he's invading? I mean, the fact of the matter is that we can't allow this to continue. And I have a sneaking suspicion that these guys didn't even have the opportunity to sit down in the food court and eat. Because what these guys usually do is they take the chairs and the tables and they pack them away or they tape them up. So I'm pretty sure that these guys got food and were probably eating it while walking around in the mall. And the security guards which have nothing better to do, harassed them. And this is what happened. So I don't know if the guy's still in jail. Let's continue on with this. I guess both Walker and Johnson feel they were targeted because Walker's black. You know what? That could be true, but I think it's because these guys they're Karens, okay? And you know what? I'm not even, the thing is, the security guards, yes, they're caught between a rock and a hard place. I guess I can't be too harsh with them. But what I don't like is the fact that when these guys were leaving the mall, they were walking out. And he's recording. So what? He can record. I'm not going to respect an institution which is trampling on my rights, wanting me to wear a face tag, but he's leaving. He's leaving. And because he said things and insulted them, they got offended and then they tackled him down. What happened to 6 feet? What happened to 2 meters? You know what I mean? What happened to 2 meters? That doesn't apply anymore. He was leaving and he said, "Don't touch me. Don't touch me." I mean, I thought we were supposed to be in some kind of pandemic. And you grabbing him up? And I'm sure if the girlfriend didn't back away, they would have grabbed her up and beat her up too, and the baby would have miscarried. Yeah. So I'll have the rest of this article in I'll have this article pinned to the description. But you know what? I shouldn't even be angry. This is actually a win. Because the more and more these things keep happening, the more the public is going to start turning, Especially when now you start harassing minorities. I mean, it's going to start getting bad. But I'll try and reach out to Joshua Walker and his girlfriend. I'll try and reach out to them. We'll have an Arana Nation interview. I don't know if it'll be tough, but if anybody knows who these individuals are, tell them to reach out to me. My email is public knowledge. But I don't want them to be discouraged. This is just another win. And, as Ezra said, they don't look like anti-mask people. They look like pretty neutral individuals who don't really care about politics. But I can guarantee you, if they're smart, I think they would actually join our movement now because they would see this is not about a virus. This is about control. We are in a China virus New World Order, and it's about control. And the security guards and the police are being used by the government to inflict terror upon the people. And they've just been the latest victims. So, anyway, that's what I've got to say on this. This is the Arana Nation.